Quilting is wonderful until your brain decides to go in 100 different directions at once. If you struggle with staying focused, finishing your projects, or keeping your sewing space organized, this video is for you, my friend. And today I'm sharing some ADHD-friendly quilting hacks that I really wish I had known sooner. Hey there, quilters. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen with ICStarsQuilting.com, and today we're going to talk about ADHD-friendly quilting hacks that will help you quilt more stress less and finish your projects without feeling overwhelmed. Amazing, right? I know that you are a lot like me, and at any given moment, I can have a million different wonderful ideas that I want to do all right now, but I really struggle to keep my quilting on track and keep my projects to a minimum so I'm not overwhelmed. And these simple tricks that I have developed over time are starting to really make a difference in the way that I work. Have you ever caught yourself starting a quilt project and then getting distracted and starting another one and then another one, and then somehow you have this ginormous pile of UFOs and you feel guilty about not finishing them, but also there's a shiny something over there in the other corner of the room that you bought when you were at the fabric store last time, and that has a whole lot more appeal than that, right? I promise that you are not alone, and I would love to hear from you what your biggest struggle is when it comes to quilting. Is it staying focused? Is it keeping your space organized so that you don't get distracted by all the beautiful things that you have? Or is it actually finishing the project? So leave that down in the comments down below. A hack that I have found is what I don't know, I'm gonna call this the 2 project rule, okay? So what you have to understand is that ADHD brains love new and exciting, all the shiny things, all the glittery things. Believe me, I know them very well. That's why we tend to start too many projects at once. You get distracted very, very easily. But when we juggle 5 or 10 unfinished quilts, nothing actually gets done anymore, and it can feel super frustrating. It can be really negative on your own personal feelings. And full disclosure here, I give really, really good advice, but I'm also very terrible at listening to my own advice. So I'm telling you what is really, really good for you, but also know that I have a ginormous pile of UFOs in my room here and projects that I have started and are not finished. And yeah, the 2 project rule is really great because you have something that is fun that you can work on, but you also have something that when that one gets boring, you can go to the other one. Craftiness in itself is really good for this, okay? Because you can quilt for a while, then you can go over and you can do crochet for a while. You can do lots of different things, but still maintain that creativity and that craftiness. Another hack is, let's call this one beat the clock quilting, okay? So if you ever sit down to sew and then somehow 3 hours disappear and you feel like you've barely made any progress, or worse, you set aside time out of your day so that you could make some progress on your quilting and you're excited and you're happy about it, and then you get distracted and your cell phone rings and it's a friend and you sit and chat for a little bit, and then you do all these other things and you realize you never actually started sewing. Yeah, that's a different level of distraction, and it is quite common, okay? So in the beat the clock method, I try and set timers. I work really, really good with timers, and I have a good tutorial on how to clean up your space, and that also uses the timer method, okay? So I'll link to that across the top of the screen if you need to give your space a quick spruce and a good clean. While that timer is on, I challenge myself to focus and make as much progress as possible. Normally, I don't set big long timers because that's not gonna work, right? I set 15-minute timers, and the deadline helps your brain stay focused, and once the timer goes off, you can either stop what you're doing or you can reset it for another round. It turns quilting into kind of like a challenge, and you know that clock is going in the back of your brain, so you are less tempted to get distracted and work on tasks that steal away from your quilting time. Okay, this next hack is is kind of goes back to the timer method just a little bit, but this is to like reset your space before and after sewing. I don't have a clever name for it, but that's what you do. So a messy sewing space equals instant distraction for me. And when there's fabric, thread, tools everywhere, it's way too easy to feel overwhelmed and to walk away instead of quilting, or also more than likely to get distracted by all of the really cool things that you have in your sewing room, or things that you forgot you had in your sewing room and now see them and get to remember them. So before and after each quilting session, I like to do like, I don't know, it could be like a 90-second reset, or however you want to put it into your brain that makes it sound fun and catchy and like something that you will actually stick to. But put your tools back in their spots, fold your fabric up and put them into a bin. You know, those bins that I love to use that just like everything goes in that bin. It doesn't have to be super organized, but I know that when I put that bin away, everything for that project is in that bin. And when I pull it out, it has everything I need as well, okay? Clear off your workspace. It makes it so much easier to start fresh the next time that you want to sew without any distractions. Whew. So those are some of the ADHD-friendly quilting hacks that have helped me over the last several years or so, because I really believe that when you are crafty and when you are so easily distracted by other things and, you know, you're in your space, you're having a good time, it's totally normal to get excited and get distracted, right? So which one do you think you're going to try first? Or do you have a quilting hack that helps you stay on track? I would love, love, love to hear it. So drop it in the comments, okay? Because it might be something that I could apply to my own sewing journey. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a quilting video from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm Kristen with ISeeStarsQuilting.com, and I will see you next week on my channel. Bye.